RG3 thinks he is still the best quarterback in the league. Is he even the best quarterback on his team?
I don't want to give up on him. And this is about me, and you kind of know this about me. I pull for people. I really like him. You know, he'd come to Denver because his girlfriend was from Denver.
Right.
And I spent time with him in the women's Final Four because his school, Baylor, was in the Final Four.
And he came over to Pepsi Center. Yeah.
I didn't hang out with him in a bar or anything, but I hung out with him at games because he was here for the weekend. I really like the guy. He's really a good young man.
Seems intelligent.
And I'm not talking about he's kind of gone astray, but not like Winston did or other people.
No, there are not off the field problems like problems with the law or anything like that.
He has issues with his family.
Yes.
Talking about
Here's the problem. His family enables him and puts weird ideas into his head about how to play quarterback. And the owner of the Redskins enables him and also tells him how he should be playing quarterback. And that's the problem Mike Shanahan ran into. He could spend all day with the kid, but then the kid would leave the facility and he'd have all these other people who he listened to more giving him other ideas about how to play the game.
So I hope he makes it. I would really like to. I liked him, and I think I'm a good judge of people. I liked him when I was around him for a short period of time. I don't know whether Mike, have you ever asked Mike whether he liked him?
Yes.
And I won't, I'm not going to ask you to divulge anything, but I'd be
Robert,
surprised if you didn't
a very likable kid, an intelligent kid, an aware kid.
I think Robert is a great kid. I think RG3 is a subway guy.
Well, that was one of the problems. He's got people around him who want to brand him. And we see a lot of this with younger athletes these days. Some of them are more concerned with their branding than they are about becoming the best player they can be.
Me, society. Me.
Yeah.
There's a
lot of money to be made with a good brand.
There's an I in team for a lot of them. Yeah. It's spelled T-E-I-A-M. And the I's in the middle.
Now, Shanahan came out and said he thinks Kirk Cousins is going to be a very good starting quarterback in this league. He hasn't said that about RG3 because I think he's worried that RG3 will never break away from these other influencers who have his ear.
Well, I think the problem was more so than that. Even that was he got hurt. He got hurt, and I don't know whether he's gun shy or he never fully recovered, or that Mike wanted him to stay more in a pocket and not be the guy that was at Baylor because of his injuries, or whether things were going to be were forced upon him because the owner said, "I want him," doing all this stuff. I just worry all the time about those guys that come out of. I don't lose sleep over it, but I worry about all those guys that came out of those spread offenses. I told you that.
And there are a lot of them
and
these
it
days.
just doesn't work. I mean, really, who is the guy who's been the best? Andrew Luck. And a lot of that was he played in a pro-style offense. He didn't play in that spread offense, and he can still run the football and everything.
Yeah. And Russell Wilson, who has some unique abilities. He can escape. He does get rid of the ball. He will go into a baseball slide. RG3 doesn't do that stuff.
Yeah.
You still want an RG3 who's got great legs still. You still want him to run with the ball to keep defenses off balance.
Sure.
But you want him to do the smart thing when he's got the ball in his hands. Go down. Not him. He tries to get the extra yard or two and gets hit and gets hurt.
And that's going to end your career prematurely. Yeah. I think the other thing that Russell Wilson did that was really smart, when you said smart, he took that extra year and went and played at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So he played in two systems. I think that extra year, and plus once he got over baseball, even though I don't think he's over it yet, he still wants to play both sports like Dion. And who is it, the Rangers that have him in their camp? In the Rangers?
Yes.
But Russell, I think that extra year really helped him. A lot of these guys coming out after their Winston coming out after their second year, they played 2 years.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are doing that now. That's not smart in football. That's good in basketball because basketball is more of a reactionary game where you're reacting. In football,
and you're less likely to get hurt. You don't get hit in basketball.
So anyway,
and by the way, Russell,
will he think his team's not any good?
No, it's not.
No, the team's not any good. So they're a 6-10 team. He's going to be like Cam Newton when his team wasn't any good. Cam Newton was really not. Cam Newton threw for a lot of yards, but he wasn't very good. And Cam's a good quarterback, but still he hasn't had enough of a team around him.
Have you noticed Russell Wilson doesn't talk about baseball since he signed that big contract?
Oh, sure. I wouldn't either.
That was leverage.
If I signed a big
that was nothing but leverage. Look, if he could play baseball, he'd still be playing baseball. Can't hit a curveball. This portion of the big stuff brought to you by Grand Prix Motorsports. It's your source for the original motorcycle, Indian motorcycles. So check out the newest line of Indian motorcycles at Grand Prix Motorsports.
Shannon.
They're located on County Line in Santa Fe. And yes,
Got the same name
Shannon's
as
got a
my
nice
daughter,
smile, doesn't
so
she?
yeah.
She's got a nice smile. Excuse me.